Hello and welcome to this edition of Wi-Fi Soft training videos. In this video, we are going to see how we can configure the vouchers and use the voucher management module inside UniBox. Vouchers are basically random codes that are generated by the administrator so that the users who want to use a Wi-Fi network, whether it is free or paid, can get access to the network without having to register online or do a payment online. Vouchers are also used where people don't have a credit card or debit card and would like to charge the customers to pay for the service, and the customers can buy these vouchers for paying cash at the counter or at the front desk. So vouchers are typically used by hotels to ensure that only their guests can get access to the network, or they're used at airports or coffee shops to give out these codes to customers who purchase a merchandise and get free internet service as a result. So there are multiple uses of vouchers and they are used widely for getting access to public Wi-Fi hotspots. So let's look at how to set up vouchers and how to configure vouchers to be used on a hotspot. To create vouchers, you will have to go log into UniBox administration and then click on billing and then go to the vouchers section. Under the voucher sections, you can create a different batch of vouchers. So generally when you are creating a batch, you'll have to create a batch of a set of vouchers. Let's say you want to create a batch of 100 vouchers that would be distributed at a given Wi-Fi hotspot. So to create a new voucher, click on the plus sign, and here you'll have to configure various settings of your vouchers. So first and the foremost, you'll have to give a name, a batch name for your voucher. Let's say we are talking about a cafe and we want to give the vouchers at the cafe aroma, and you can even give it a good friendly name like April 2020 as the voucher name. So this will help you identify which batch belongs to when and when that batch was created and distributed out for to the end users. Next, you need to select what controller this batch will be active on. So again, as a UniBox supports multiple hotspots, so you'll have to check on which particular controller this particular batch will be active. Similarly, when the vouchers are created, you would like to enforce certain restrictions or on their usage. For example, you want to restrict the speed at which the users can browse when they log in through the voucher, or you can want to restrict the number of devices that the user can use when they log in using the voucher. So all these restrictions can be enforced by selecting the right user group uh, for the vouchers. The next field allows you to specify the number of vouchers to create. So let's assume that we will create 100 vouchers. Following that, you can select whether you want to have an alphanumeric voucher or you want to have a numeric voucher, depending upon the preference. So let's say we want to create numeric vouchers. Next step is to specify the length of the voucher. It is highly recommended that you create at least 6-digit vouchers for them not to repeat, because the number of digits will define how many vouchers you can create in the system. So it's generally a good idea to specify the length as 6, 7, 8 or any other bigger number. If you want to charge your customers for using the voucher, or for their users can have to buy will have to buy the vouchers, you can specify the amount you're going to charge for that voucher. The next you can also define are the upload rates and the download rates. The rates and the restrictions that you specify here will generally override the restrictions that you have configured in the user group section. So here I will give upload rate at 1 Mbps and download rate as 2 Mbps. The idle timeout decides how long the user session can remain active even after the device is idle. So the idle timeout is generally used to log out the device which are inactive on the network. The total sessions will restrict the amount of sessions that this voucher can create, and the max device limit will decide how many devices can use this voucher to log in. Then you can decide what restrictions you want to enforce on those vouchers. So let's say I want to create a bandwidth based restriction. So I want these vouchers that to be used for up to 1 GB of data usage, and which is valid for, let's say, 7 days. So by setting it up, you have created 100 vouchers, and they are valid for 7 days, and each voucher can provide 1 GB uh, of data usage, and they will restrict only 2 devices from using that voucher. And that voucher can each user can use only 1 Mbps for upload and 2 Mbps for download. Once For simplicity, I'll just create 10 vouchers for now instead of 100, and then let's go ahead and create these vouchers in the system. So you see that the 10 vouchers are created and the voucher batch is displayed here on the vouchers. Now for every batch that you create, you have set of operations to perform. So this option will allow you to see what all vouchers have been created and the status of each voucher. So this is a 6-digit numeric voucher that you create. This voucher can be given to the end user so that the end user can log in using this voucher. The activation date will tell you when the user activated this particular voucher, and the expiry date will tell you how long the voucher is valid and the total time usage of this voucher. If you want to look at more details, you can also export the user activity for this particular voucher. Let's go back and look at some of the other options. Um, the edit option will allow you to edit the restrictions. So let's say you made some mistake while creating your batch and you want to edit those vouchers, you can create those, change those settings. Please note that if the vouchers are already created, the settings will not apply to them because they have been already used or expired. Um, the next step is to expire all the vouchers. So it is highly possible that after, let's say, 6 months of creation of these vouchers, most of the vouchers have been used or some of them were lost or managed. So these vouchers can be easily expired. The whole batch can be expired so that all the unused vouchers can't be used anymore. This, after the user, all the vouchers have been expired, you can go ahead and delete that particular batch from the system. Please note that you can't delete an active batch. You'll have to expire all the vouchers and then you can delete that batch. The next step shows you can export this particular vouchers. So export is important because you will have to create these vouchers and store them, um, or you'll have to send it out for distribution. So by exporting them, you can export them into different formats. So this is a PDF format in which you can export these vouchers. As you can see that the vouchers that we had created, you can create them into this business card kind of format, and you can export them or print them out on an A4 size paper. The logo and the background can be customized according to your look and feel, and you can make it much more prettier than it looks here. So you can upload your own background and your logo and export these vouchers out. All these vouchers, these PDF files can be sent out to the respective locations for distribution. Um, Lastly, there is another option which gives you the report of each and every voucher that has been used. So here you'll find the voucher usage report, the total bandwidth that was consumed, the total time that this voucher was used, when it was activated, how many devices used it, and how many total sessions were done using that voucher. Similarly, on the top, you will be able to see the summary report of the voucher and the user activity report. The activity report will give you the details of each and every session of this voucher, and which devices, which MAC address, and which users have used these vouchers either in a PDF format or in a Excel format. Um, then the next step you can do is you can also export this whole batch, and these batches can be handed out to the respective administrators. You can search for a given voucher by entering the voucher code here, and for example, I can just select a random code here and try to see what is the status of the voucher. I can check the vouchers based on their status, whether it's a new voucher, that means it's unused, whether it's an active voucher or it's an expired voucher. Uh, in addition to this, there is one more option under vouchers called design. Uh, in, in, when you exported the vouchers in PDF format, we mentioned that the voucher design can be customized. So here you can customize the design of your voucher. So for example, I will say here, welcome to Cafe Aroma as the header, and thank you is the footer text. You can also upload a logo and a background. So you can select your own custom logo, and you can choose a file of your choice, and you can upload your logo. Similarly, the background can be also uploaded as per your choice. Please remember that the background should match the size of that voucher, the business card size. If it is too big, then it will be automatically shrink to match the size of each individual voucher. So once this settings are done, for now I'll leave them as default, and I'm going to customize my voucher design. Now if I go back and try to export those vouchers again, you'll be able to see that the new changes that I just did would get would be again. So here I'm exporting the vouchers, and you can see that the header and the footer that I've customized have been displayed here. So this is how you can customize the look and feel of each and every voucher that you will print for your customers. With that, we conclude this configuration of vouchers. For more information about vouchers and the reporting, please refer to our reporting training video for UniBox. Until then, thank you so much for watching.